Friday, April 7th, 2017. In the plains of Nineveh, a former Navy SEAL volunteering as a medic through a humanitarian group quickly finds himself embedded with the Iraqi army as they make a bold assault on a hostile IS village in never-before-seen combat footage. And as the convoy comes under enemy fire, former SEAL Ephraim Mattos tails a vehicle on foot as it charges into the village and the heart of the fight. Armed with an AK-47, he begins clearing the village in a sophisticated system of IED-riddled IS tunnels in a deadly game of cat and mouse. In 2011, following the US withdrawal from Iraq, instability grew in the region due to both political mismanagement and sectarian tensions under then Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki's government. These tensions alienated the Sunni population, creating fertile ground for terror groups to emerge. And only 3 years later, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi would declare the establishment and the existence of the Islamic State in a sermon at the historic Al-Nuri Mosque in Mosul, Iraq, marking a pivotal moment in the rise of the Islamic State, as the group not only conquered Mosul, but announced their ambition to govern a vast territory across Iraq and Syria under a strict interpretation of Sharia law.
There's some very important breaking news concerning ISIS and something that happened in Syria.
A journalist named James Foley went missing in Syria 2 years ago now.
This morning, the forces fighting ISIS in Iraq say the terror group's fighters are trapped inside western Mosul.
And between 2014 and 2015, IS rapidly expanded its territory, capturing Fallujah, Tikrit, and its de facto capital in Syria, Raqqa, seizing key oil fields, looting banks, and establishing a highly organized system of governance. And the IS's sophisticated propaganda machinery attracted thousands of foreign recruits from all around the world, orchestrating devastating attacks from Paris to Brussels and Orlando, with Mosul serving as a major headquarters for IS leaders and fighters. But the loss of Mosul was a wake-up call for the United States, which soon re-engaged in Iraq to counter the growing threat of IS fighters, resulting in the United States launching Operation Inherent Resolve in late 2014, providing airstrikes, intelligence, and training Iraqi and Kurdish forces. This effort aimed to rebuild the Iraqi army and erode IS control through targeted campaigns. But these efforts frustratingly lacked direct action missions. And one Navy SEAL, Ephraim Mattos, realizing the Navy would not send him to Iraq, decided to take matters into his own hands and left the Navy altogether, and would soon go to Iraq on his own volition, volunteering as a medic through former Green Beret Dave Eubank's humanitarian organization, the Free Burma Rangers. And by March of 2017, Ephraim would arrive in Iraq and spend the next several weeks providing food and aid to large groups of newly liberated civilians who escaped IS-controlled areas. And due to the fact that Ephraim was not a trained medic, his role would quickly become multi-purpose, from providing basic life support to assisting Iraqi medics, driving vehicles, and pulling security. And by April 7th, his multi-purpose role would only continue to escalate, as the battle to reclaim Mosul was in full swing. But before we break down the combat footage, quick word from the sponsor of today's video, the Overwatch. We currently live in a highly volatile and intense world. Knowing what's happening and why it matters is no longer optional. The problem is that it takes hours of scrolling through unimportant clickbait across a dozen different websites just to find the information that actually matters. This is where the Overwatch comes in. While studying at Harvard University, a former Navy SEAL became tired of spending hours trying to sift through dozens of websites to find the most important updates and information about armed conflicts, international crises, and geopolitical affairs. So he created the Overwatch to fix this problem and share it with everyone else. The Overwatch is a free weekly newsletter that cuts through all the noise to give you clear and concise updates on armed conflicts and global affairs, all in just one email a week. And the best part is, it's completely free. But just knowing what's happening isn't enough. You also need to understand the context of what's happening as well. This is why the Overwatch also provides multiple sources for each event and additional context for you to further explore. Every single day, important things are happening around the world. Don't get left behind. Subscribe for free today and don't miss the next newsletter from the Overwatch. You owe it to yourself and to your community to be informed on what's happening around the world. Go subscribe now at theoverwatch.co or follow the link in the description to get started today. The east side of Mosul had already been cleared of IS fighters, but the clearance of the west side was well underway and quickly turning into the deadliest urban battle since World War II. Ephraim and Dave Eubank embedded themselves with the Iraqi army as they moved through the outskirts of Mosul in the plains of Nineveh to liberate the village of Garbola. Ephraim moved on foot and was tasked with assisting a non-English speaking Iraqi medic named Faiz as the convoy of the Iraqi army's Russian BMPs and Humvees made their advance through a maze of IEDs. And it wasn't long until the first IED impact. And as Ephraim and Faiz sprinted for the Humvee, IS fighters in the distance began firing mortars. Miraculously, no one was injured, but Faiz reminds Ephraim to keep his eyes low for more IEDs. And as they make contact with the Humvee, a car bomb races near their position and collides with an M1 Abrams and detonates. Ephraim and Faiz get back on foot to regroup with the convoy ahead, where he rendezvous with Dave Eubank. Until Ephraim spots a sunk bunker with a 1-foot opening in the distance. The team gets back on the move, hovering behind a vehicle for cover. But the vehicle leads them directly into the village, covered in IS fighters. Ephraim stacks up for CQB, but the chaos and disorganization of the Iraqi army delays his movement and offense.
Hey Shaheen, can you ask if there are friendlies flanking on the right side? Yeah, blue forces there. Hey Shaheen, when you're moving through, stay about 12 inches off the walls, so that way the guy behind you can shoot forward and left of you.
Thinking defensively, he spots a perfect window for a machine gun position and opens fire.
Hey, hold. Say to hold. Hey, go see if there's friendlies on the other side.
Ephraim then breaks off with Dave as the two make contact with unfriendlies from a building across the village. Once the grenade detonates, the two pie and shoot.
2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
But as they enter inside, they find nothing but a hole in the ground.
Watch for IDs, watch for IDs. I got a hole in the floor. I lost the mag, hang on. Got a hole in the floor. See?
The team quickly realizes they've just discovered a sophisticated tunnel system, which the unfriendlies used to escape.
That was a while. I can't see the end of it.
Ephraim and Dave saddle up and enter the tunnels to hunt them down.
Tunnel. Kevin. It's a pretty big tunnel. Yeah. Do you want to be like our... Is Shaheen up there? Yeah, I got an Iraqi right here. So, okay. Just hold what you got so to make sure nobody comes down here and frags us.
Get far away now. I feel this one. Hello?
Just kill the light.
What's in there? What's that? That's the tunnel right there?
Holy crap.
There's a long one here. Toss this frag, and then as soon as the frag is cleared, we're going to charge the next corner. Okay?
Ephraim and his team made it out alive and bulldozed the tunnel shut, trapping 2 IS fighters within. In total, 3 IS fighters were killed and another 4 got away. Since leaving the Navy, Ephraim Mattos has turned his sights toward Burma, where a long-standing conflict between the Burmese military and various ethnic groups has turned from a humanitarian crisis to a borderline genocide. And after realizing the harsh reality of civilians caught in the crossfire of global conflicts, through his military career, Ephraim Mattos founded Stronghold Rescue and Relief, a non-profit organization comprised of combat veterans dedicated to protecting families in conflict zones. Currently, Stronghold is actively operating in Burma, and over the past 5 years, Stronghold has established the first ever fleet of full-time ambulances and an ambulance boat transporting patients on a daily basis and offering critical aid to those in need, on top of building bridges and roads, allowing children to go to school, and patients' egresses for transport. I encourage every single one of you to donate to Stronghold Rescue and Relief. To learn more about the organization and what they do, visit strongholdrescue.org. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more mini docs in the works, and you don't want to miss them. And be sure to check out Stronghold as well. And also, I made a documentary for Black Rifle. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.